Right now, we've learned that President Biden will travel to Israel tomorrow. His visit follows an invite from Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu as a sign of solidarity with the nation at war. Bree Jackson has more on what we know about President Biden's upcoming trip.
With the war between Israel and Hamas raging on and fears of the conflict spreading, President Biden will travel to Israel Wednesday.
He's coming here at a critical moment for Israel, for the region, and for the world.
Secretary of State Blinken says the president will meet with Prime Minister Netanyahu and be briefed on Israel's war strategy.
How it will conduct its operations in a way that minimizes civilian casualties and enables humanitarian assistance to flow to civilians in Gaza in a way that does not benefit Hamas.
The Biden administration says it's also working on efforts to deliver aid from donor nations and multinational organizations to civilians in Gaza. The humanitarian crisis there growing.
We're just in a terrible situation where many people are going to die.
On Capitol Hill, there's bipartisan support for rushing an emergency funding package for Israel through Congress.
That means military assistance, intelligence assistance, diplomatic assistance, and humanitarian assistance.
And strongly condemning Hamas.
Make no mistake, the surest way to stop violence against Israelis and oppression of Palestinians is to wipe terrorists like Hamas from the face of the earth.
Across the world, people are rallying in solidarity for Israel. In Washington, Bree Jackson, NBC News.
And approximately 2,000 U.S. troops have been put on prepare to deploy orders for possible support to Israel. That's according to a defense official. Now, they are not going anywhere yet, nor would they necessarily go to Israel or Gaza. If given the orders, they will go to a nearby country to be prepared to support Israel. Well, as people work to get out of Gaza ahead of a possible ground insurgency from the Israeli Defense Forces, some lawmakers express hesitancy on allowing Palestinian civilians to seek refuge here in the U.S. House Republicans introduced the Gaza Act, or Guaranteeing Aggressors Zero Admissions Act, over the weekend, which aims to prevent visas from being granted to people with Palestinian passports. The law would also prevent the Department of Homeland Security from allowing Palestinians into the U.S. through a parole program that grants entrance into the U.S. in extreme humanitarian conditions. Now, local refuge experts say that lack of legislative support for Palestinians means we likely won't see an influx of refugees from Gaza like we did with refugees from Afghanistan or Ukraine the last 2 years. Now, 13 News did reach out to lawmakers representing Hoosiers at the White House, and just 3 responded. You can see their statements and why those refugee experts don't think Palestinians can get the same support in this humanitarian crisis right now at WTHR.com.